The muscles in the fourth layer of the sole of the foot, it contains 7 intrinsic muscles, which includes 3 plantar interossei and 4 dorsal interossei muscles, and it also contains 2 extrinsic long tendons. One is the tibialis posterior tendon, the other one is the peroneus longus tendon. So I will demonstrate these muscles on the cadaver. The fourth layer muscles are occupied in this triangular gap, which is bounded by, this is the oblique head of the adductor hallucis, this is the transverse head of adductor hallucis, and this one, this is the muscle which is the flexor digiti minimi brevis. So there is a triangular gap over here. The floor of this triangular gap is filled with the 7 intrinsic muscles of the fourth layer muscles, and apart from that it is also occupied by plantar metatarsal vessels and the deep divisions of the lateral plantar nerves. To see these muscles, the deep layer, the fourth layer muscles, I have cut this flexor hallucis brevis 2 heads along with the oblique head of adductor hallucis and have reflected towards insertion to see the dorsal interossei and the plantar interossei muscles. Now this is the area where we see the 7 intrinsic muscles of the fourth layer of the sole. So apart from these 7 intrinsic muscles, we have this tendon which is the peroneus longus tendon, and this tendon which is the tibialis posterior tendon. Now moving on to the dorsal interossei, we have 4 dorsal interossei muscles. The numbering will be from medial to lateral side. This is the first dorsal interossei, this is second dorsal interossei, this is the third, and this is the fourth. So we have 4 dorsal interossei muscles, and these 4 dorsal interossei muscles are bipinnate muscles, and they act as the abductors of the toe. And origins of these muscles, if you see, each muscle arises from the adjacent sides of shafts of 5 metatarsal bones and fills up the intermetatarsal spaces. And not only that, the triangular gap between the 2 heads of the first dorsal interossei will transmits the dorsalis pedis artery. This one, this is the dorsalis pedis artery. Now insertion, if you see, the first dorsal interossei muscle, it is inserted partly to the medial side of the base of the proximal phalanx of second toe and also joins with the dorsal digital expansion, whereas the second, third and the fourth interossei muscles, dorsal interossei muscles, they are inserted to the lateral sides of bases of proximal phalanx of second, third and fourth toes. And the nerve supply of these muscles, they are supplied by the deep branch of lateral plantar nerve. Next, these are the 3 plantar interossei muscles. So this is the first plantar interossei, this is the second plantar interossei, this is the third plantar interossei. So these 3 plantar interossei muscles are unipinnate muscles. They act as the adductors of the the lateral 3 toes. And origin, if you see, the plantar interossei will arise from the medial side of the plantar surface of shafts of lateral 3 metatarsal bones. And insertion, if you see, each muscle is inserted mainly to the medial side of the base of the proximal phalanx of corresponding toes, and also they get inserted onto the dorsal digital expansions. So altogether we have 7 muscles over here. So this is the first dorsal interossei, second, third and fourth, and this is the first plantar interossei, second plantar interossei, and this is the third plantar interossei. So there are 7 intrinsic muscles which are 4 dorsal and 3 plantar interossei muscles, and apart from that you have this tendon, this is the peroneus longus tendon. This tendon is a peroneus longus tendon, and this tendon is the tibialis posterior tendon, tibialis posterior. And apart from this, you also have this nerve. This is the lateral plantar nerve, and you can see the branches of the deep branches of lateral plantar nerve supplying to the interossei muscles. Okay, and we have one arch. This is the plantar arterial arch, which is formed by the anastomosis between the dorsalis pedis artery and the superficial branch of lateral plantar artery. So this is the plantar arterial arch, and we have one ligament, long plantar ligament, this one. This one is the long plantar ligament. So these are all the muscles, tendons, vessels, nerves you see in the fourth layer of the sole of the foot. Thank you.